As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I'm joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Soviet Institute of Engineering and Technology, Meerut, deemed to be university, and its centers of excellence, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications, Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, in association with the African Asian Rural Development Organization, ARDO, New Delhi, organized this weekly international webinar series on open source digital technologies towards self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Today is 1st October 2022 and 94th edition of this webinar series. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, His Excellency, the Secretary General Ordo, Honorable Vice Chancellor, the faculty members of the university, and on my behalf, and as Professor Emeritus and its Chairman of Centers of Excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications, Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Applications, and Center for Health Informatics and Computing. Let me welcome our guest speaker of today's webinar on the topic Organic and Natural Farming Certification and Way Forward, Dr. Gagnesh Sharma. And he is the director in charge of National Center for Organic and Natural Farming. It is a national institute. I wish to inform the participants and the speaker that the university regularly conducts two webinar series, namely National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat in Agriculture, and on every Thursday, and International Webinar Series on Open Source Digital Technology towards Self-Reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, on every Saturday. Under this international webinar series, in association with the ORDO, the university and its two centers of excellence have organized 93 lectures so far in various areas. Open technologies to provision simple and economical IT infrastructure. A roadmap for students using free and open source software and reaching goals of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Open source software in industrial IoT for SMEs. Free and open source adoption and business models. Open data platform for smart digital government. Technology imperatives, make in India for self-reliance, edge artificial intelligence, data governance for self-reliant India, digital India transforming governance and society, India's email service citizen@indiamail.com in 22 constitutionally recognized languages, ecosystem architecture for digital transformation, education system, cyber critical infrastructure, seizing opportunities in open innovation and value creation network in the digital world for self-reliant economy, ensuring food safety and compliance through technology. Digital India, urgent need for semiconductors manufacturing in India. Technology investment in agriculture value chain, role of foreign direct investments, entrepreneurship and skill development, AI design pathways, the rise of platform economy, revisiting value chain governance, era of automation, industrial robotics, and Industry 4.0, Indo-German perspective of technology transfer, skill gap analysis and opportunities, role of artificial intelligence in healthcare, current developments in diagnosis and vaccine research, digital agri-tech and agri-startup perspective, health informatics network value chain, e-health system and beyond, leveraging emerging technologies for ensuring transparent and traceable agri and food supply chain. Unleash the power of citizen development for enterprise software development, e-governance models towards sustained quality services to citizen backed by technology. Indian MSMEs to adopt Industry 4.0 technology capabilities, urgent need for mentorship and accelerator program. building public digital platform using microservices and APIs, health informatics network value chain, early childhood development and learning. Health informatics network value chain, clinical AI, interface between machine learning and health informatics. Health informatics network value chain, importance of social medicine and community health in times of health emergency. G filter, gravity filter, a simple low cost solution to the drinking water treatment in rural India. Open source GovTech startups, empowering growth with automation. Digital transformation in small enterprises and small businesses of India, challenges and opportunities. National Digital Twin Program, need for a robust geospatial infrastructure. Industry 4.0 in MSMEs, benefits of indigenously developed CollabCAD software from National Informatics Center, NIC. Mass serialization and anti-counterfeiting solutions to fight illicit trade. Cybersecurity, risk, challenges and solutions, intelligence approach to reduce cyber risk. New Internet IPv6 root server toward Atmanirbhar Connected Bharat. Indian startups, reflections and possible policy interventions needed for scaling up to Gram Panchayat. Blockchain and crypto digital assets platform, pathways for global trade. Robot as a service, leverage technology to solve enterprise challenges. Space startups connecting to international markets with emerging business models, enabling technologies for future vision. Vivekananda Secondary Education and Skills Development Mega Project. The Sports Grade, a digital sports media platform and prospects of Indian sports industry sustainability model at a global level. Pharma 4.0, Industry 4.0 applications to pharmaceutical manufacturing, path to digital transformation, accelerate and small non-linear growth through partner ecosystem. Technological renaissance and human capital, a perspective. Health informatics network value chain, medical outreach, challenges and potential. Beyond COVID-19, revitalizing micro and small enterprises. Project management essentials, launchpad for future CEOs and startup founders. Society 5.0, a new society beyond Industry 4.0 and post COVID-19. Smart village oblique community, the African ICT oblique IoT lesson. Digital economy, ways and means to protect and empower for self-reliance. Pragmatic base for Atmanirbhar Bharat, democratization of essential services by using sustainable energy as a catalyst, transforming India through relevant education and vocational training. Digital technology in simplifying citizen life, online learning during the pandemic and its future. Smart microeconomic zone, pathway for self-reliance at village level. Crime prediction support system, knowledge management for development partnership to achieve sustainable development goals of the UN and implementing the Agenda 2030. Millet value chain from IoT to blockchain, a traceability roadmap. Aspirational district program in left-wing extremism affected district, a successful model of data-driven governance. Digital agriculture supply chain and trading hub, a geo-economic perspective. Market-driven agriculture, need for development of crop-specific strategic at block level. An open agri-net to unlock the $1 trillion plus potential of Indian agriculture with smallholder farmers. An open agri-network to unlock the $1 trillion plus potential of Indian agriculture with smallholder farmers. Developing rural entrepreneurship to ensure doubling of farmers' income. Leveraging the power of convergence through connecting the dots, agri startups, agripreneurs, and rural innovators. Agronomy plus AI, artificial intelligence, equal to precision farming. Doubling farmers' income, imperatives of plant health informatics network. Developing commercial breadfruit value chain to help farmers reach high value markets. Commodity value chain creation through agri network and agri AI. Farm to Plate, a one-stop agri-tech platform to simplify supply chain and e-governance needs of food and perishable commodities. Health Informatics Network Value Chain, National Animal Disease Reporting System, 2012 and beyond. Yeah, AI, artificial intelligence and metaverse for frontiers in workspace. Coffee informatics network value chain, facilitating smallholder coffee farmers into business. Health informatics network value chain, building of One Health ecosystem, role of digital architecture. Diversification of fish and fisheries resources management and its challenges in Bangladesh. Data mining on digital agriculture. Drone technology ecosystem, empowering smallholder farmers in India. Fisheries informatics network value chain, business plan for fisheries cooperatives to attract investors, making urbanization work for the poor through new technologies, disruptive technologies in precision agriculture, strategy for total development of local area, Dodola, with ICT, digital economy, ways and means to protect and empower for self-reliance, sustainability frameworks, and standards for agriculture commodities, global experience, sustainability frameworks, and standards for agricultural commodities, global experience. We mill, a social business initiatives for rural women, e-governance in digital India, challenges and potential, application of artificial intelligence and digitization in agriculture and animal husbandry. Today is the 94th edition of this very important webinar series. We'll have the talk by Dr. Gagnesh Sharma, Director in charge of National Center for Organic and Natural Farming, Government of India, on a very important topic, organic and natural farming certifications and way forward. Dear participants, India is said to be a land of villages. Acharya Vinoba Bhave said, India is largely an agricultural country and a country of villages, more than 6.25 lakhs villages. And at present, agricultural livelihoods are being severely impacted world over as a result of anthropogenic global warming and climate change. And Indian agriculture sector contributes almost 18% of GDP, and it employs more than 50% of its workforce. Climate change and has both a direct and indirect effect on agriculture productivity, including changing rainfall patterns, severe drought, flooding, and changes in the geographical redistribution of pests and diseases. Farmers of India are facing multidimensional problems: price fluctuation, debt, lack of infrastructure, and weather. Indian farming community consists of about 14.5 crores operational holdings, of which 85% farmers are small and marginal holders. Farmer needs timely, location-specific, and personalized information for effective control on their production, risk, and then market their produce to identified market opportunities. Many national level programs, be it Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, Stand Up India programs, have faced operational difficulties for its impact at the farm level and farmer level, and that too at small and marginal farmers. But now, Make in India program is being felt at the farm level because of drone applications in agriculture. And I would like to quote Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi at the 7th Governing Council meeting of Niti Aayog, held on 7th August 2022 in New Delhi. He said, I quote, in his opening address, he stressed the need to focus on modernized agriculture, animal husbandry, and food processing to become self-sufficient and global leader in the agriculture. In his closing remarks, he said each state should focus on promoting trade, tourism, and technology via every Indian mission around the world. I also would like to quote some recommendations from the Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 report, popularly known as Dr. Ashok Dalwai Committee report. I was closely associated with this committee during its formulation for Volume 11 and Volume 12B. Volume 12B talks about digital technology in agriculture. It has given 7 mission mode programs to digitalize the complete farming systems life cycle. synergization of all Government of India programs, be it Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India programs at farm level. That is called digital technology and innovation in agriculture in three categories: smart irrigated farming, smart rainfed farming, and smart tribal farming. Digitalized agromet advisories and agricultural risk management solutions, digitalized agricultural resources information system and micro level planning for achieving smart village and smart farming, digitalized agricultural resources information system and micro level planning for achieving smart village and smart farming. It is very relevant for today's topic. Digitalized value chain for about 400 agricultural commodities, digitalized access to inputs, technology, knowledge, skill, agriculture, finance, credit, marketing, and agribusiness management to farmers, digitalized integrated land and water management systems per drop more crop, and then digitalized farm health management for reduction of farmers loss, means integrated approach of human health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, fish health, and environmental health over a GIS technology on village level or farm level. And it also talks about that the networking of the time for development of a network of cooperative societies, CoopNet, and the automation of each cooperative society to facilitate governance and operational efficiency in the cooperative structure is good for rural India. It means that all cooperative agricultural related cooperative society should produce a value chain for the farmers of its members. Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi of making India a self-reliant nation based on 5 I's: intent, innovation, inclusion, investment, and infrastructure based on 5 pillars: quantum jumping economy, infrastructure one that represents modern India, systems 21st century technology driven, vibrant demography, and demand, whereby the strength of our demand and supply chain should be utilized to full capacity. We have Digital India program, which aims to transform India into a knowledge-based economy and a digitally empowered society. And e-governance initiative in India took a broader dimension in mid-90s for wider sectoral application with emphasis on citizen-centric services, for example, digital networks for farmers, and informatics blueprint for improving agriculture productivity and sustainable rural livelihood was envisaged through National Conference on Informatics for Sustainable Agriculture Development, May 95, ISDA 95, namely AgriSnet, AgmarkNet, SeedNet, HeartNet, Animal Production and Health Informatics Network, and Fisheries Informatics Network, etc., etc. And the Ministry of Information Technology launched its National E-Governance Program in 2005 and National E-Governance Plan 2.0 E-Kranti in August 2014. And today is the era of rise of platform economy. Digital ecosystems are essential for digital transformation in the digital world. 10 emerging technologies are making impact. Artificial intelligence, 5G. Today, our Honorable Prime Minister is going to launch 5G indigenous technology in India. Serverless computing, biometrics, artificial augmented reality, virtual reality, blockchain, robotics, natural language processing, and quantum computing. In India, we have three ecosystems: Society 5.0, which is given by Japan, Industry 4.0, which is given by German, and Agriculture 4.0, which we want India should give it to the whole world. And we also have an Amrit call led up to 100. Next to 25 years, a strategic plan to take India to new India. And then, in order to achieve this, Government of India has launched National Logistic Policy as one of very important program with is very important component development of unified logistic interface platform to help different government agency and private agencies, shippers, service providers enable information exchange on a real-time basis in a confidential manner. Prime Minister Historic Independence Day speech held on 15th August 2022, he said, Panch Pran, of Amrit Kaul, goal of developed India, remove any trace of colonial mindset, take pride in our roots, unity and sense of duty among the citizens. We have 17 sustainable goals of United Nations and 169 targets to be achieved. And also we have Agenda 2030 to get the planet, the future we want. Organic and natural farming, certification and the way forward. I wish to quote that in this webinar series, we had the talk on sustainability frameworks and standards for agricultural commodities, global experience by Dr. Suresh Motwani, General Manager Edible Oil, Solidary Dad, New Delhi on 3rd September 2022. He talked about, and from his talk, I would like to quote, sustainability standards and frameworks for and certification are the guidelines and set of practices to move supply chain towards sustainability. The sustainability standards are widely used to govern environmental, social, and ethnic issues in the global supply chain. Certification under such standards also demonstrates the commitments of business supply chain players towards sustainability. Each standard has its own theory of change, governance mechanism, principles, criteria with which producer oblique supply chain player need to comply and assurance system to monitor and ensure the standard compliance. It is estimated that more than 8% of the agricultural land in the world is certified under different sustainability standards. Organic is the biggest sustainability standard in terms of both area and product variety, representing around 1.5% of agricultural land worldwide. Multiple commodity standards such as fair trade, global gap, organic, Terra, Rainforest Alliance, RTRS, RSPO, and UTS have lower coverage of specific product than single commodity standards because of their wider scope. Trend varies by geography and commodity market. In developed countries, there are greater prospects for expanding sustainable consumption, and in lower and middle income countries, the biggest barriers are cost of certification and lack of knowledge and awareness on sustainability issues in the value chain. Voluntary sustainability standards are widely used today to govern environmental, social, and ethical issues in the global supply chain. How to facilitate sustainable agri-food value chain? Aligning national goals to the Sustainable Development Goals. Leveraging sustainability standards as a common trade tool. Linking social protection in agriculture settings in order to support farmers. Harmonize global coordinations along supply chain. Develop local sustainability capacity building programs. Indian national platforms on private sustainability standards has been initiated under the secretarial oversight of Quality Council of India to facilitate dialogue between core public and private stakeholders on how to maximize the sustainable development benefits and market access opportunities of private sustainability standards, whilst addressing potential challenges and cost of PSS implementation, in particular for small scale producers. Sustainability standards and the sustainable development goals is very important and powerful strategy that can accelerate change across the supply chain, value chain, globally and in India is the use of sustainability standards. The difference between frameworks, disclosures, certifications, and assessments are to be understood in detail. Global agriculture practices, as defined by FAO, are a collection of principles to apply for on-farm production and post-production process, resulting in safe and healthy food and non-food agricultural products while taking into account economic, social, and environmental sustainability. Therefore, it is necessary to define certain minimum standards with a well-defined certification and accreditation mechanism for the ultimate implementation of good agricultural practices to facilitate national and international trade in farm produce. To cater to this need, a standard for good agricultural practices, Quality Council of India came up with the voluntary certification scheme in GAP. Natural farming and organic farming know the difference between difference and similarities. For the benefits of the participants, I would like to give these definitions. Natural farming is a method in which agricultural practices are guided by natural laws. This strategy works in tandem with the natural biodiversity of each farmed area, allowing complexity of living species, both flora and fauna, that create each ecosystem to thrive alongside food plants. Masanobu Fukuoka, a Japanese farmer and philosopher, presented natural farming as an ecological farming strategy in his 1975 book, The One Straw Revolution. Organic farming is a holistic approach that aims to maximize the production and fitness of diverse communities in the agroecosystem, such as soil organism, plants, livestock, and people. The primary purpose of organic farming is to create businesses that are both sustainable and environmentally friendly. Similarity between organic and natural farming. Both natural and organic farming methods are chemical free, to a large extent poison free. Both systems restrict farmers from using chemical fertilizers and pesticides on plants, as well as from engaging in any other agricultural practices. Farmers are encouraged to use local seed breeds and native cultivars of vegetables, cereals, legumes, as well as other crops in both farming methods. Non-chemical and homemade pest control solutions are promoted by organic and natural farming methods. There are difference between organic and natural farming. Hope that during the address by our honorable speaker, he will bring it out. Natural farming, Niti Initiative, National Institute for Transforming India, has come out with that. Natural farming is a chemical-free, alias traditional farming method. It is considered as agroecology based diversified farming system which integrates crops, trees, and livestock with functional biodiversity. In India, natural farming is promoted as Bharatiya Prakritik Krishi Padati program and certainly under centrally sponsored scheme Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. Sahuna regenerative technique, a no-till conservation agriculture method of rice-based farming, is practiced in India in many parts of the country. Technologies and practices for agricultural producers. It is an online platform that gathers small agricultural technologies and practices to facilitate knowledge exchange and help family farmers in the field, launched by FAO in 2002 and managed by FAO's Research and Extension Unit. This platform responds to the need for a systematic and user-friendly online archive of technologies, practices, and innovations, including success stories and case studies on family planning. Introducing the UN Decade of Family Planning, aims to, 2019 to 2028, aims to shed new light, which it means to be a family farmers in a rapidly changing world, and highlights more than ever before the important role they play in eradicating hunger and shaping our future of food. Family farming offers a unique opportunity to ensure food security, improve livelihoods, better manage natural resources, protect the environment, and achieve sustainable development, particularly in rural areas. Family planning, farming, and indigenous people's food systems together for a more sustainable food systems through labeling and certification scheme for indigenous people's food is also very essential. And the positive impact of family farmers and indigenous people goes far beyond food protection. They care for the community, nutrition, biodiversity, sustainable development, all correlated to these constituencies and how they produce. Over the last 30 years, more and more tea, coffee, cocoa farmers have embraced towards climate smart and sustainable practices by adopting certification standards that help to maintain quality, increase productivity, and reduce costs. The standards also assure buyers of agriculture commodities that the products in their supply chain are environmentally sustainable. Organic certification for small farmers is hard. Why we need family farmers? In an article published by Anuti Vittal in the Hindu newspaper on 26 April 2019, I would like to quote: since the Green Revolution that popularized the use of chemical fertilizer to up production, most of the Indian agriculture is in organic. Organic certification for small farmers is hard because the land needs to lie fallow for some years to be clear of chemical residue, and also because nothing can be 100% organic if neighboring fields use chemicals. After all, nature does not recognize man made boundaries, and cross pollination or dispersal of seeds from the neighborhood happens. It is a very important indicator to be noted. National Center for Organic and Natural Farming, from their websites, I thought that I should quote, for the benefits of the, our participants. The mandate of National Center for Organic Natural Farming includes, among the others, to promote chemical-free agricultural systems like organic, natural, regenerative, etc. farming in the country through capacity building of stakeholders, to develop, manage, and keep and updating the national database of organic and natural farming farmers, organic product producers, processors, and input manufacturing facilities, to serve as a secretariat for organic, natural farming, and other chemical-free sustainable certification systems, and will also work for developing standards and compliance assessment protocol for other worldwide accepted product and process certification systems for chemical-free agriculture systems, including agrochemical residue-free certification, to coordinate and liaise with all scientific institutes like Manage, Sameti, ICAR, State Agriculture University, etc., and regulatory institutes like FASI, APIDA, BAS, QCI, NABL, and other state and state agencies for ensuring quality at all levels for organic products and processes. Current scenario of natural farming in India. There are several states producing natural farming. Example, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Kerala, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. Till now, 6.5 lakh hectare area is covered under natural farming in India. State governments of different states are promoting natural farming through various schemes. There are many working models of natural farming all over the world. The zero budget natural farming is the most popular model in India. Status of organic farming. Organic farming ensures that nature stays clean and rich. Nature stays clean and rich. If we visit any organic farm, and we will notice a buzz of animal, bird, and insect activities. Research shows that there are around 30% more wildlife and plants near ecological production fields compared to conventional farming. According to Research Institute of Organic Agriculture, FIBL, Survey 2021, India holds a unique position among 187 countries practicing organic agriculture. India is home to 30% of total organic producers in the world, having 2.3 million hectares total organic cultivation area, 27 lakhs 59,660 total farmers, out of which 11 lakhs 60,650 PGS, and 15 lakh 99,010 India organic. 1,703 total processors and 745 traders, according to the information available in the website of National Center for Organic and Natural Farming. And Indian organic certification is given to all organic items after going through a thorough process of validation. We will get to the details during this talk. With this background, let us now turn to the address by our guest speaker, Dr. Gagnesh Sharma, Director in Charge, National Center for Organic Natural Farming, Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, on a very important topic, organic and natural farming certification and way forward. Today's topic will motivate and galvanize the participants watching over telecast through facebook.com/Shobhit University India or youtube.com/ Shobhit University in or linkedin.com/ company/ Shobhit University for synergizing Mission India, missions like Digital India, Make in India, Saharmala, Skill India, Startup India, Stand Up India program at village level, and also to establish 2.25 lakh agri-tech startups, one per each Gram Panchayat in the country. Let us unlock the opportunities in India at the earliest. Let me introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Gagnesh Sharma, to the audience. Mr. Manish. Dr. Gagnesh Sharma is presently serving as Director in Charge of National Center of Organic and Natural Farming, Ghaziabad, from 10th March 2021, under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, New Delhi, and is looking after training and promotion of organic farming, certification, processing, packaging, and marketing. Is also monitoring laboratories of testing of organic and biofertilizers, 5 notified laboratories all over India, monitoring central government schemes related to organic farming, and executing participatory guarantee scheme, participatory guarantee system of certification, Pgs India program, as an executive secretary, NEC. His special initiative includes new Pgs India web portal launched in April 2021 with additional modules and less documentation on certification, and organized a series of brainstorming sessions with organic industry and training programs through online mode for the stakeholders of country, including organic farmers, initiated and likely to get NABL accreditation for all the 7 notified laboratories, executed PKVY schemes and PGS implementation all over India. Implementation of coding and decoding as per FCO 1985, initiated FCO revision on biofertilizers and organic fertilizer, initiated market development assistance scheme for biofertilizer and organic fertilizers. He had 6 years of experience as regional director and 7 years experience as a deputy director in Tea Development Plantation Tea Board of India. And Dr. Gagnesh Sharma has been serving as a team leader under APIDA, National Accreditation Board, and conducted 20 audits of organic certification bodies. He earlier served as technical assistant grade 1T and having 10 years of R&D experience in organic farming department of tea husbandry and technology at Palambur Agricultural University. Research and development on compost, vermicompost, biofertilizer, integrated use, and established organic tea farm in Agricultural University Palambur and got organic certification. Dr. Gagnesh Sharma has published 55 research, popular and review articles on different aspects of organic farming, INM, and soil management, and attended 15 national, international seminars, conferences, and delivered about 60 invited lectures in various states and central government institutes, including universities, developed training manuals, and he is the editor of National Organic Farming Newsletter quarterly and also biofertilizer newsletter biannual. And he was instrumental for the compilation of best practices of farmers practicing natural farming. Dr. Gagnesh Sharma is a member of very important subcommittees and committees constituted by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare and Ministry of Food Processing Industries of Government of India. His educational qualifications include MS Agriculture, PhD in Horticulture, and MBA in HR. with this introduction, I would like to request Dr. Gagnesh Sharma to participate in the international webinar series on open source digital technology in towards technologies for self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, on a very important topic, organic natural farming certification and way forward. Over to you, sir, for your talk.
Very good afternoon. Very good morning to all of you, and thankful to Professor Moni for first of all giving a detailed background uh, about the university activities as well as the scenario of agriculture and other advanced technology in our country. So he has a vast experience, and I am really pleased to be here on this online platform. And even I am feeling honored also to be among all the professors, faculty, and all whosoever are linked to this platform today. So as Professor Moni has given me the topic on organic and natural farming certification and way forward. Before starting the formal PPT, I would just like to highlight the Honorable Prime Minister message, the address to the nation from the Red Fort on Independence Day in 2019. The way we are using chemical fertilizers and pesticides, it is damaging the health of our soil. As a farmer, as a child of this soil, we have no right to damage its health. We have no right to make our mother India sad, nor do we have the right to make mother soil sick. We should cut down the use of chemical fertilizers in our fields by 10% or 20% or 25%. And if possible, we should launch a Muktikar Abhiyan campaign. This would be a great service to the nation. This would be a great step in saving our Mother Earth. So, with this note, I would like to present in front of you, all of you, the topic today, which has been assigned to me by the esteemed university, that is Shobhit University. I am thankful to the Vice Chancellor and the senior faculty members, other faculty and administrative officers of the university, as well as the national and international the audience, the delegates today who are in this platform. Thankful to all, and I have been given this opportunity to be among all of you. Special thanks to Professor Moni. So over to my topic. Thank you, Professor Moni, and you have given the detailed background. I don't know what I have to speak because you seems to be an expert in organic and natural also, even certification, everything. So great, sir. Lot of knowledge you have. Let me share the presentation, sir. Can I share now?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, please. Please.
Agroecological based, this natural farming practices, or we can say organic farming practices, are an alternative to conventional high input intensive agriculture. So the topic this today, can you see the slides now? Should I enlarge it? Can I do it? Okay. Is it coming up nicely now? Professor Mark. Okay, okay. So organic agriculture, scopes of cultivation and certification. Basically, in my presentation, I am going to present type of status of organic agriculture, difference between organic and natural farming, scopes of organic farming, natural farming, and details of certification system, and what are the objectives, why we are taking up organic agriculture, what are the opportunities in organic sector, and what are the national standards, and what is the difference between PGS and third party certification. So these are the things which I am going to present in my lecture. Wherever I feel, because sometimes we prepare presentations for other purpose also. Wherever I feel I'll skip some of the my slides, which are not important for today's purpose. So this first and foremost thing which I would like to present, though Professor Moni has already given a detailed background, and I hope you all know what our National Center for Organic and Natural Farming do. But let me summarize that we are taking up capacity building program through Human Resource Development Scheme by imparting training on organic production, value addition, certification, quality control of organic inputs, and marketing of organic produce. We have a dedicated, PGS India web portal in addition to our website, and another Jaivik Kheti marketing portal also for selling and buying, taking up direct selling and buying of organic certified produce. We have a statutory quality control activities cell under FCO 1985, which is a fertilizer control order. And we have to ensure the quality of bio and organic fertilizers. We have the dedicated laboratories, notified laboratories under this system. And we used to, receive the samples from quality testing quality control authorities of the concerned state government. Some referral samples also come to us, and we have to declare it standard or substandard. And this assures the quality to the consumers, that is to the stakeholders, especially to the farmers who are using the organic and biofertilizers. Similarly, we have capital investment subsidy scheme to provide financial assistance to the bio and organic fertilizer production unit. If somebody wants to set up this kind of unit, then they can avail this facility. Because of certain, technical reasons, for last 2-3 years, this scheme is not working well. But for the last 10 years, before 2019, it worked well, and 84 units have been established. And this scheme is being implemented through NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. We have a low-cost online PGS organic certification system, which is an alternate to the third-party certification. That is the APEDA program, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. They have a Agriculture, Food Products and Export Development Authority, which takes care of the export of all the processed agricultural food products, including organic. So that third-party certification is a bit costly. So we have this low-cost PGS organic system of certification. I'll share with you the details also in my coming slides. Jaivik Kheti portal, already I discussed with you. We have then we promote organic farming and natural farming in a big way through publicity and awareness programs in collaboration with the universities like yours, agriculture universities, Krishi Vigyan Kendras all over country, and different state government and central government agencies, ICR institutes, and such kind of, even private agencies also. We collaborate and we work for massive awareness and publicity programs. Then, though Professor Moni has already, given you a glance of national and international status of this organic agriculture, but the world scenario. But what about our country scenario? Let me discuss with you on this aspect. We have a total cultivated area of 36 lakh hectare nearly, and there are two kinds of certification systems and two kinds of programs going on in our country. That is NPOP, National Program for Organic Production, that is a APEDA program, and it has about 28 lakh hectare area. And another is the PGS India certification system, which is PGS India program, you can say, and it is being implemented by National Center of Organic and Natural Farming under the umbrella of Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India. And we have about 8 lakh hectare area covered under this system of certification. So 28 plus 8, about 36 lakh hectare area is there. And production under National Program for Organic Production, 35 lakh tons. Under PGS, nearly 7 lakh tons production is there. Farmers, in case of National Program for Organic Production, NPOP, that is a APEDA program, 16 lakh certified farmers are there. In case of our system, that is PGS India program, about 10 to 12 lakh farmers are there, roughly. So this is the scenario in our country as far as certified third party and PGS India certification system is concerned. Now, what is the vision Organic Farming Policy 2005 say? At least 10% of cultivable land should be covered under organic farming. This was the target set up by the Government of India. We have reached up to, you can see, 3.6 million hectare. And if we add on 1.4 million hectare, which is under wild harvest, that is under wild forest areas, then it is around 5 million hectare. So target by 2025 has been set as 5 million hectare. So we have almost covered this if we include wild harvest also. But now, because 10% of cultivable area is to be targeted. So right now we have covered out of 164 total million hectare area, which is under cultivation in our country with any kind of farming systems. So if 10% we say, though, we have to reach up to at least 10 million hectare area. So 5 million say we have to reach, we have to target, we have to cover 10 million hectare by say 2030 or 2035. Let us try to achieve it. And Government of India is coming out with a good mission. That is a great mission. And Honorable Prime Minister has been pushing this hard. And Government of India, Ministry of Agriculture has been working on this. That is natural farming mission. And that mission target is big. And for the next 3 to 4 years, you will find that natural farming will come up in a big way in our country. And the scheme is coming out in a nice manner. And we have to cover about the target set is nearly 20 to 30 lakh hectare another we have to cover in natural farming within 3 to 4 years. So this is the scenario. And current market status, you can see the market is growing. Total market size is 11,500 crore. Export share is 7,000 crore. Organic market 2,500 crore. Farmers market direct selling 1,950 crore. And growth rate exports is about 24% combined annual growth rate. And you can see the scenario of export growth rate 16-17 to 2021. From 25% it has reached up to 51%, except in 1920 because of COVID scenario, some negative part is there that we have only 4%. But now it has substantially increased, that is up to 51% in 2021, and 2021 22 also it is increasing in a big way. Growth in domestic market has been also it is also showing good signs, 20 to 28% in our domestic market also. So these are good signs as far as, because we can say that the demand for organic and natural farming products is increasing day by day, and this is the thing. Now, what are the before going ahead with the main slides? First of all, you all need to understand. You all might be knowing. You all are well aware of the fact, but let me present in a more presentable form. What are the challenges in promotion of organic farming? Indiscriminate use of chemical fertilizers leading to depletion of soil organic carbon and microbial load with consequent deterioration of soil health, fertility, and productivity. This is one of the challenge. Subsidy on chemical fertilizers is another challenge. Shortfall of manure, compost, and biofertilizers for meeting the requirement of organic farming has been one of the biggest challenge. We are not having quality biofertilizers in the market. If you see in our labs, about 70 to 80% samples are being are on a substandard side. So that is a big challenge. So non-availability of quality organic bioorganic fertilizers. Identification of crops and varieties responsive to organic farming for different agroclimatic regions. This has also not been done yet. So this need to be taken up by the ICR and R&D institutes. Lack of awareness and last mile extension to farmer and transfer of POP to land. We don't have the regional package of practices for taking up in this organic sector, organic farming especially. Development of value chain for farmers to increase their income to promote organic farming. This is also far behind from the standards. So these are some of the challenges. What are the opportunities? We see this organic and natural farming are the low-hanging fruit amongst all sectors of economy nowadays, because immunity, chemical-free, pesticide-free products, consumers are well aware of all these things. And because of this COVID situation and all, immunity is a big concern. So demand for this is increasing. So it's a low-hanging fruit. Enhancement of soil health and sustainable production. This is also one of the biggest opportunity. Huge scope of improving production in 65% dry land of our country and rain-fed area by increasing cropping intensity. Ensuring health and nutritional securities. You can see the demand for organic produce that I have already discussed in the previous slides. Reduction of greenhouse gas to mitigate climate change and global warming. This is also one of the greatest opportunity we have if we adopt organic farming and natural farming or chemical-free farming methods. To reduce import of chemical fertilizers and fertilizer subsidy bill. So let us reduce the pressure that is building up in our exchequer as far as the import of chemical fertilizers, which are going to be costly, and also availability is a big concern after this war and all going on in some countries. Waste to wealth, Philip, also. So from waste, how to convert the waste into wealth. This is also one of the concept which is the biggest opportunity, because whatever waste uh, we have, agro waste or livestock waste we have, means cow dung, cow urine, or green leaf material, which can be used for recycling, circular economy, like converting the green and dry material into well decomposed compost, vermicompost, and we can prepare various concoctions like Jivamrit, Vijamrit from the livestock cow dung and cow urine, or even cattle dung, cattle urine can be used. So these are the opportunities, these challenges I have discussed. Now we are, into this capacity building through HRD programs. What we do in our center, farmer training and field demonstration. You can see in our website, we have the programs, 1 day farmer training and field demonstration. We used to select the progressive farmers field and the champion farmers field. Champion or progressive farmers mean who have, demonstrated well, who have taken up organic and natural farming in a big way for the last 5 to 10 years, and they are now champions in understanding the principles of organic and natural farming. And there we select the successful farmers demonstration in field, and then we target the training over there, and then we ask other farmers who are willing to come up for adopting this organic and natural farming. So this is one of the successful training programs we are conducting, and we have been conducting time and again. 50 farmers are targeted at a time. So 1 day farmer training program, 2 days extension officers training program, 30 days certificate course for youth on organic farming, and refresher training for analysts on quality testing of bio and organic fertilizers. So these are some of the programs which we take up for as an HRD program. Similarly, quality control activities for ensuring the quality, regular testing as per FCO, and then standardization of specification of biofertilizer and organic fertilizers. If somebody somebody has innovated some biofertilizer and organic fertilizer, they can also submit it to our center or to the Ministry of Agriculture. Then we have to standardize the specifications of such kind of newly introduced biofertilizer, organic fertilizers, and testing methodologies also. So these are some of our activities. Then now let us come up to the main topic, that is organic agriculture. What is this organic farming? You all know that it is a holistic production management system which promotes and enhances agro-ecosystem health, including biodiversity, biological cycles, and soil biological activity. It basically emphasizes the use of management practices, good agricultural practices, basically on farm, in preference to the use of off-farm inputs, taking into account that regional conditions require locally adapted systems. So this is which I feel is the complete definition of organic farming. And the vision here on the farm is sustainable, ecologically stable, self-contained unit, biologically complete, balanced, and a dynamic living organic whole. So this is what is organic farming. And natural farming, as already explained by Professor Moni, that Japanese farmer Fukuoka, he experimented and found that this natural farming also works well. And before that, I think traditionally, when chemicals, fertilizers, pesticides were not there, our country has been practicing at that time, I think, natural farming only. So it rests on a belief in the universal life-giving powers that the elements of fire, water, and earth confer on the soil. Jo Panchabhuta, so we can say the even Akash also, fire, earth, and water. So these all these Panchabhutas are very, very important. Now, what are the principles of organic farming? One is principle of health, one is principle of ecology, one is principle of care, another is principle of fairness. All these principles basically rotate around improvement in soil health, improvement in plant health, improvement in environment and ecology, and working on the biological cycles and natural cycles, increasing the biodiversity, fairness for all. There should not be any discrimination, and care to all, human beings, animals, even birds, everything, even microorganisms, care for all. So this is simply the principles of organic farming, which anybody can understand easily. So as far as health is concerned, we have to sustain and enhance the soil. I have already explained. I think I should skip it. So organic crop production standards. So basically, as Professor Moni has already, described or explained in his keynote address, that standards are basically the principles, practices, the specifications or the activities which are standardized and which are to be, taken up uh, by the stakeholders for practicing or for, manufacturing the product or cultivating the, in case of organic and natural farming, um, managing the farm, and what is to be prohibited, what is to be restricted, and what is allowed. All these are, given in the standards. So we have basically two kinds of systems in our country, that is third party certification system and Pgs India certification system. Both the system of certification follow one standard as on date, that is national standards for organic production. So national standards for organic production you can see in the APEDA website, as well as in our Pgs India guidelines also. Pgs India standards also follow largely the national standards for organic production. So these are the things. Both the certification system follow the same standards as far as organic farming is concerned, but the system of certification in both the systems are a bit different, which I will explain in the certification part. Okay. So what are the standards in our national standard for organic production? I have summarized for your ease that habitat management and general requirement is the first chapter, where we have to maintain the habitat. We have to cultivate various agroforestry plantations in proper distance, in proper way, so that the farm can be managed properly. And basic aim is to increase the biodiversity. And there should be measures to conserve and harvest water. Then entire land holding with livestock should be converted to organic, where we have to put livestock, where we have to keep the grazing areas, where we have to put our composting, vermicomposting units, where we can have our, mushroom or different integrated farming systems. That habitat management, including beekeeping, which is the most important thing. So how these things are to be, planned, that is given in detail in this habitat management, and there are some general requirements also. Then diversity management, avoiding the most important thing in organic farming as well as in natural farming is we have to avoid monocropping. If we avoid monocropping, then automatically the diversity can be maintained. If we follow the integrated farming system, the biodiversity will increase. Then we have to follow mixed cropping. These are the practices in general farming also: mixed cropping, intercropping, crop rotations, to maintain diversity. So this is there. Then integration of livestock, that we have to integrate livestock in a smart manner, in a proper manner, so that the circular economy can be maintained on farm, in organic farming as well as in natural farming also. So ultimate aim is to maintain the overall farm diversity and uh, continuous availability of dung and urine for manuring and soil fertility management. This is there. And also the farmer can have the quick cash also out of the, that milk, ghee, and if simple primary level processing can be done, then some cash some farmer can earn out of this integration of livestock also. So this is there. Then we have soil and water conservation, soil management, water conservation. You all know very well, destruction of forest is prohibited, burning of biomass is restricted to minimum. So these are some of the key points which I have extracted out of the main document of national standard of for organic production for the ease of understanding to all of you. Otherwise details are given there. Measures should be taken to prevent soil erosion and improper use of water, indiscriminate use of water, and a balanced use of biofertilizers and organic fertilizers. So soil and water conservation is one of the major, chapter. Then contamination control. This is the most important thing in organic farming. Measures should be taken to prevent contamination from in and around areas. What simple measures? Like we have to put some bunds, we have to raise some bunds from the adjoining fields where conventional farming is being practiced, where chemicals, fertilizers, and pesticides are being sprayed. So we need to be very, very conscious about this contamination control. And if desired, if flow is steep, then we have to dug some kind of trenches also for smooth flow of the water, which is full of chemicals and pesticides from adjoining fields. So raised bunds and escape channels should build to prevent runoff water from non-organic fields, buffer zones between organic and non-organic farm, separate storage for organic inputs and farm produce. Then come the conversion requirement. You know, when you are going to convert or you are going to start your organic farming, then minimum conversion period is required, which is also sometimes called as transition period. So that transition period has been prescribed in the national standard for organic production. That is 36 months for perennial plants and 24 months for plants or crops other than perennials, that is annuals and biennials. Then come seeds and planting material. All seeds and planting material should be preferably from the organic nursery. But if it's not available, then hybrid and other seeds are also allowed because it's not available. We have seen that, but preference should be for seeds and planting material, which is from the organic source where no chemicals and pesticides have been used. Such kinds of seeds and other nursery planting material should be used. And the use of GMOs are strictly prohibited. So this is the thing. Soil fertility and nutrient management, you all know, I think most of you are well aware of the fact that green manuring, legume cover crop intercropping, multiple cropping, crop rotation should be followed. Recycling of farm waste through composting or mulching. Raw dung urine products should be used only after controlled fermentation. That is composting, vermicomposting. Mined mineral fertilizers can be used like rock phosphate and all. Off-farm input should be evaluated by a group while certification goes on. Biofertilizers, biodynamic preparations, essential microorganism solutions can be used with proper care. Use of sewage, sludge, human excreta, or their products are completely prohibited in organic farming. Insect pest, disease and weed management. You all know pest and disease should rely on best management practices. Here we have to control insect pest, disease and weed management through physical means, through biological means, and physical and biological and microbial means, if available, are to be employed for controlling the insect pest, disease and weed management. Or we can say good agricultural practices should be followed. Traditional good practices should be followed for taking up this program, that is insect pest and disease weed management also. So in extreme critical conditions, products approved by certification bodies under NPOP can be used. So NPOP sometimes give input approval, and certification bodies are allowed to give input approval sometimes under NPOP program. So that can be taken up. On-farm produced plant extracts, oils or fermented products can be used. Weed management can be done through mulching and or mechanical weeding, flame, heat or electric means, and no other means can be used. Use of synthetic chemical preparations are strictly prohibited. Then come wild harvest. As I told you, that wild harvest is also one of the very important area in our country, where especially honey collection is there mostly, and honey is being collected, and other medicinal plants and herbs. These are the scopes like tussar, cocoon, honey, lac. You can see the medicinal plants in the wild forest. And you all know that the forest officer is responsible for that, and he grants some kind of approval to the group of farmers nearby areas for collecting that farm produce, and which is subjected to inspection under any kind of certification system. And this is the way it has to be done. And these are some of the guidelines. Collection area shall be at appropriate distance from conventional farming and sources of pollution and contamination. The products are derived from a stable and sustainable environment, and total collection shall not exceed the sustainable yield of the ecosystem or threaten the existence of plant and species. This is the most important thing which need to be taken care of. Now, organic farming management is basically an integrated approach where all aspects of farming systems are interlinked with each other and work for each other. This is one of the important concepts in organic farming. Healthy biologically active soil means what? Whatever microbes are there, we have commercially exploited the natural microbes. We isolate them, put in the bottles, and then the biofertilizers are being manufactured by various manufacturing units and being sold. But if the soil is biologically active, then all the microflora, beneficial, good microbes, which are agriculturally important, that is rhizobium, azotobacter, azospirillum, number of actinomycetes, bacillus and all, which help in, nitrogen fixation, which help in phosphorus mobilization, which help in zinc and sulfur mobilization. So these are already there in the soil if your soil is biologically active. But when we use indiscriminately the chemical fertilizers in case of conventional system of farming, then the soil used to be, we can say the soil is almost dead. That soil is without organic matter. Or what is organic matter? How it helps? Organic matter, if it is in soil having more than 0.5% status of organic carbon is there. Our target should be in organic farming to increase it from 0.5 to 1 to 1.5 or 2%. If organic matter is increased, this organic matter or organic carbon is basically a food for the soil microflora. So if food is available for the soil microflora, they will grow like anything. In natural farming, this is basically a concept that cow dung and cow urine is basically used to enhance this organic carbon status and then multiply the microflora of the soil in millions and trillions. That way, all the beneficial microbes they become active and then they do their work naturally. That is 78% is nitrogen in our environment itself, atmosphere. It's available. So it can be fixed by the rhizobium, by azotobacter, by azospirillum, and it will be provided systematically, sustainably to the soil and to the roots of the plants, and roots will uptake. Even roots will, in a cycle, roots, whatever root exudates are there, that exudate will be, consumed by these microflora, and the microflora will be very, very happy, very healthy, and they will do their work in a proper manner. And this is the nutrient management system basically in organic and natural farming. Even the immunity building system also, even controlling insect pest and diseases also, the same system is there. Trichoderma, a bioagent which is naturally available in soil, that will also help in controlling the insect pest diseases, root based diseases. So this is the basic concept in organic as well as in natural farming. So this is the source of crop nutrition. On farm biodiversity, if you are increasing, that will help in controlling, repelling insect pest and diseases. Crop rotations and multiple cropping maintain the system's health. You all know the idea of crop rotation, that leguminous crops. Why legumes? Because they have nodules. The special rhizobium bacteria is there in the pulse crop roots, which help in providing the 20 to 25% nitrogen needs for the next crop, that is for the rice or wheat, in an alternate manner. This is why crop rotation is being practiced. Then multiple cropping, which is also very, very important for controlling, for maintaining the system's health. On-farm resource management with integration of cattle, ensuring productivity and sustainability. This is there. Then the simple question is, I have prepared the slides for the level. This is for the level of the farmers. Then how a farmer can start with having understood the basic concept of what is organic farming, what is this chemical free farming, and why it is required, and what are the principles of organic farming. Then if one understands all these things, then how a farmer will now start practically converting. How do I become an organic farmer? The question is that, suppose a farmer would like to come up with the organic farming thing. Follow 3 steps only. Collect information. Number 1, the way today you all are with me. Try out the most promising practices on a small scale. Implement organic practices on the entire farm. So we in National Center of Organic and Natural Farming, or even Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India, we never say that convert entire farm immediately into organic farming or natural farming. Everybody should become organic and natural farming. No way. First of all, a farmer should understand his soil, his farm, his limiting agroclimatic conditions. Is it feasible on his farm or not? And he should try with a small chunk of land, that is maybe half acre or 1 acre. And then after trying for 1, 2 or 3 years, if he found success, then he should try to convert his entire 2, 3, 4 or 5 acre land in a systematic way, in a sustainable manner, over a period of time, in phases. And this is the main, success recipe for taking up organic and natural farming. We never recommend that everybody should adopt organic and natural farming in our country. Wherever it is feasible, wherever farmer find it good, then he should do it. And internet, books and booklets, radio, video, sharing experiences with other farmers, training the way today I am with you. So these are some of the tools whereby farmer can understand or a stakeholder can understand how to take up organic farming, or an entrepreneur can understand. So acquiring knowledge on organic, discuss and evaluate within the family, analyze the situation on the farm, test organic farming methods on half or 1 acre, then take a decision how to take up organic or natural farming. You can see the you as I discussed with you, as I told you in one of my slide, I showed you that we select in our farmer training or farmer demonstration, we select the best champion farmer, the progressive farmer. So by seeing, one can believe. You can see in this slide why your crops and animals look healthy. What have you done? I started applying organic methods. Provide good farm own feed to livestock. Grow crops in a planned rotation. Grow different crops together. Recycling plant materials and animal manure to make compost. So this is there. So seeing is believing. Crops to feed animals well, legume, fodder trees, etc. are to be planted. You see the habitat management. I discussed with you in one of my slides where the standards of organic methods were given. Crops to feed the soil, fast-growing legume crops to mix into the soil, multi-purpose trees for shade, for maintaining the agroclimatic conditions, congenial to growing organic and natural product farming, this thing. So these are there. Then decision to crop to feed my family as well as for commercial purpose. That decision has to be taken by the farmer. Similarly, protection from pesticide drift. Conventional farmer, you can see in the slide, maybe using spray to kill the weeds. So hedge serving as buffer zone has to be planted in between. So I should also ask my neighbor not to spray along the border. So organic farmer weeding is filled with the hoe, you can see here. So ideal crop rotation. Later on, you can put crop rotation in Google. You'll find lot of literature. I don't want to explain much because we have, I think, limited time. So ideal green manure plant characteristics. So
Dr. Sharma, you have time. You have enough time to, don't rush through. It's a very important presentation which you are doing it.
Slides are so many. So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So because green manuring, everybody know that green manure should have a good nitrogen fixing capacity. It can be a, Cajanus Kajan, or it can be any, depending upon the type of area, you can select the green manuring plant, which can immediately, which can be easily cultivated by even throwing the seeds. And within 20-25 days, it grows well, and you can harvest it and then put it into the soil and then plow and then convert it into good, source of nutrient to the soil and improve the fertility by way of enhancing the organic matter as well as the nutrients of the soil. So it should not be sensitive to pests and diseases. So these are some of the aspects. It develops deep roots immediately. So you have to select green manuring crop in a meticulous manner. This is the first and foremost thing. Wherever you find that some degraded soil or very, soil where organic matter is very, very less, you have to first of all start with green manuring crop. Okay, it should produce a lot of biomass in short time. Such kind of green manure should be selected. Even you can say dhencha, sunham. So these are some of the, green manuring crops. Then come pest and disease management. I have already explained you that you have to follow some, maintain a soil healthy, use of natural pesticides like neem-based concoctions. You can have like Dasparni extract, neem extract, uh, and whatever the leaf or this medicinal type of plants which are bitter in taste, like starting from neem, karanj, ipiomia, and other weed leaves can be used for preparing the pesticides. Mixing with cow urine, it will become a very excellent biopesticide. So that can be sprayed after every 10 to 15 days interval for preventing the insect pest and diseases in your this farm. So promote natural predators, monitor the crop regularly, and use suitable varieties. Sometimes you can say local agriculture university, they have innovated different kinds of local varieties which are resistant to certain kinds of insect pests and diseases. So you should use the science also here for maintaining this. insect pest and disease management, controlling them. Traps for monitoring insect pests, homemade traps for fruit flies like this. You can use blue or yellow sticky traps for pest insects, pheromone traps, and light traps can be used. Biological control, natural hedges of indigenous shrubs attract natural enemies. Flowers and all. Sometimes in organic farms, you'll find that some natural hedges of flowers which attract some kinds of insects are planted. And so it acts as a hedge for the main crop. So companion plant attract and provide alternative food for the pests also. So these are some of the good agricultural practices which can be followed as a biological control. And mechanical weed control, you can see mechanically we have to control the weeds, and weed can be a source of for compost, for preparing vermicompost, for preparing, even for mulching also, these weeds can be used. So this is an idea of this sustainable organic farm. You can see the trees, habitat management, entire habitat management can be seen. Crop rotation means you can see the crops, maize, rice, wheat, pulses. So even peas, grams can be nicely rotated. And you have a livestock area. You can make fences so that cow dung or cattle dung can be used as a manure. It can be composted, vermicomposted also. If you want to enhance, if you want to enrich the compost and vermicompost, you can add rock phosphate also and make it a phosphate-rich organic manure kind of things. So then come post-harvest management lastly. So, the post-harvest management, see why I want to highlight this post-harvest management, because post-harvest management, you can see the cumulative loss from production as far as this post-harvest management is concerned. 10 to 23% are the losses during post-harvest management, which a farmer has to bear this loss every time. So this need to be avoided. And pre-processing stage, what are the areas which you need to plug in? What are the loopholes like broken grain, excessive dehulling, trimming, during transport, spillage, bruising, breakage and leakage, and excessive heat, rain or humidity should be avoided in your storage area, because they will lead to insect, mold, bacteria, rodents. Birds are to be avoided, sprouting, rancidity, over-ripening. So these are the things which you need to take care of while taking a post-harvest management activities. And inefficiency in processing and packaging, excessive peeling, trimming, and polishing need to be avoided. So these are some of the gray areas which you need to look, so that whenever you now pack it nicely, process and pack it, then give it to the consumers, then you can see the consumers are there and they are asking for the safe, healthy, quality, and standard food for the consumers, you can see. Right. Now, let us now shift on to the certification part. Having understood a little bit on your organic production part, let us now first of all focus on what is this organic guarantee. What is the main, what is certification basically? Certification, addresses the main, the organic and this chemical free products demand is increasing in our, as I said in my starting this introductory lecture, that demand for organic and natural products is increasing, demand for chemical free products is increasing. Then which is the thing, what is the thing which is addressing all these things? Certification is the only word we can say which is addressing the growing demand for organic and natural or chemical free products. So what does certification do? My certification में क्या होता है? What in Hindi we can say pramanikaran. So certification does two things. That is quality assurance or guarantee to the consumer on the one hand, and second thing is what? Opportunity to a producer or an entrepreneur to display its quality of the product or service, that it has passed through the laid down standards, and he has followed all the standards, practices, and guidelines, and then he has produced it, and it is offered. So opportunity to the seller for displaying. This is one of the mechanism, that is certification, and guarantee to the consumer that whatever the product with that ABCD logo is coming out and certified by ABCD agency, then that will be safe and healthy for the consumer to eat, and it is organic, if it is organic certification. So it is a system of assuring quality of products produced by the farmers by following certain set of standards, which is verified and documented and demonstrated in the form of a logo or a statement. You can see the logos like USA based USDA organic, India organic, NSOP based, PGS organic produce, IFOM standard based, and PGS India green for conversion, and PGS India organic after 2 to 3 years of conversion. So these are some of the logos in our country. Then what is this? First of all, let us now, your question will be how many types of certification system are there in our country? There are two kinds of certification system. One is third-party certification, which is being implemented by APEDA, that is Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Under that third-party certification system, APEDA accredits, just like university accreditation, it gets accreditation from UGC. So APEDA is a kind of UGC which grants certification, accreditation to the 30 to 32 certification bodies in our country, and these certification bodies are supposed to understand the national standards of organic production, and they need to be very, very competent in implementing this system in field while going for audits and inspections of the farmers field. So these certification bodies are there are 32 certification bodies being accredited by, already accredited by APEDA. And these certification bodies, what they do, they charge fees ranging from 40 to 50,000 to 1,50,000 in case of third party certification, whereby one auditor of that certification body or inspector of that certification body goes to the farmers field who intend to take up certification under third party, and once or twice in a year that inspector visits that organic farm and conduct one inspection, and then decides on the basis of that inspection that all the standards, criteria, specifications, parameters have been complied with by the farmer as per national standard for organic production, and then comes up with a decision that the farmer is certified, or a processor is certified, or an aggregator, if he's an aggregator, is certified. There are different scopes, like farmer, he can take up certification program, group of a farmer, in case of third party, ICS, you must have heard, internal control system, ICS. It's a group of farmers, then processors, then traders, aggregators, wild harvest, aquaculture, mushroom, beekeeping. So there are a lot of scopes of certification in third party, especially focusing for the export purpose. Also applicable to domestic. This is what is APEDA based certification system. Now, having understood this third party certification under APEDA, what is this PGS India certification system? The small and marginal farmers, which are unable to bear the high cost, those who are having half acre, 1 acre, 2 acre, or maybe medium type farmers, those who want to take up individually also the certification with affordable price, then affordable cost, we can say. So this PGS India certification system was launched with this intent by Government of India, Ministry of Agriculture, that the small and marginal farmers should be helped in taking up, should be mobilized, and the massive awareness was given on this PGS India certification. It started, launched in 2011, and practically implemented through PGS India web portal. The entire system is online, that is through a PGS India web portal. The farmer can directly register himself. Group of farmers can directly register themselves, and they can upload their whatever documents are required, like training, meeting, peer inspection, peer appraisal. Basically, you can compare it, because this is very, very important. Why I want to explain it in detail. This certification system you need to understand a lot. Means third party certification system, I have already explained that a third party inspector come and audit, check a farmer and grants the decision. Certification body gives the decision that it can be certified or not. In case of PGS India certification system, it is a locally focused quality assurance system, and it ensures the participation of stakeholders, including producers, consumers, traders, retailers, and operate outside the framework of third-party certification. So it's an alternate to the third-party certification, whereby farmers, they assess, inspect, and verify each other production practices and collectively declare that the entire holding of a group is as organic. So this is the basic and fundamental principle of participatory guarantee system of certification. So this certification is based on active participation of stakeholders and is built primarily on a foundation of trust, social network, and knowledge exchange. So these are some of the words I think your university must be teaching in entrepreneurship and management, these chapters. So this is the concept and guiding principles of PGS India certification system. Means this certification, PGS India certification system, is for the people, of the people, by the people. That kind of, by the farmer, of the farmer, for the farmer. So that kind of certification system one can imagine only, but it is happening. Though certain, some challenges are there in the field, which I can explain you in some other lecture whenever we have time. But yes, challenges are there because farmers, they don't understand that much. But some farmers, they are understanding it, adopting it, and taking benefit out of this system of certification. Basically, this PGS India certification system model has come from IFOM based PGS model, International Federation for Organic Agriculture Movement, Germany based model, which has been modified a little bit, because we have a very good institutional structure here in our country for implementing this PGS India system of certification. Compared to IFOM system, what we do here, we have we used to authorize regional councils, we used to authorize service providers for the purpose of facilitating in certification of this PGS India system of certification. And this is the unique thing of our PGS India model of our country. Okay, it gives a national recognition and institutional structure without affecting the spirit of PGS. It ensures end-to-end traceability. Traceability is the most important part. And PGS India program provides uninterrupted chain of custody, starting from producer groups till the products are processed and finally packed into retail packs. So logos on the label under conversion to organic, that is 2 years for seasonal crops, 3 years for plantation crops. PGS India green, when the farmer is under conversion, first year, second year, or third year in case of plantation crops. In case of when after 3 years, suppose after 2 to 3 years, what will happen after conversion? The PGS India will become, that is finally organic, and this blue type logo can be placed on the label, and it will be granted to the farmer after successful conversion or transition period of 2 to 3 years. And farmer has to, one more thing which I want to tell all of you is that this Javik Bharat FSSAI logo you can see. So both the system, that is third party under APEDA as well as PGS India certification system under Ministry of Agriculture, both the systems are equally recognized by Food Safety Standard Authority of India, and legally it is being recognized by FSSAI. And whosoever want to take this license, they need to mandatorily take up either third party or PGS India certification system. Then they can apply for this FSSAI logo, and this logo can also be put on the label whenever one want to sell the PGS or third party certified produce. So what does this regulation say? Section 22 of the Food Safety Standard Act has the provision to regulate, manufacture, distribute, sell or import organic foods which have been defined as food products that have been produced in accordance with specified organic production standards. And NPOP and PGS, as I told you, that both are recognized equally, and it has been notified in the Gazette of India also in 2017. So this is the certification system for this. I have already explained you third party versus PGS. How PGS work, I think I have already explained you. These are the key stakeholders: producers, consumers, retailers, traders, NGOs, and these are the local groups, facilitating agencies. This is the structure which I said that this makes it unique compared to IFOM PGS model. So this is our model, that is local group, farmer, farm family, facilitating agencies, regional councils. We have zonal councils also, that is our regional centers of organic and natural farming, who controls, who audit, who monitor the regional councils. Just like in case of APEDA, certification bodies are there. Here we have regional councils, and we have a dedicated our National Center for Organic and Natural Farming as a secretariat, and National Advisory Committee at Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare level. Certification procedure is very, very simple. Farmer will have to adopt it. Like-minded farmers of the same village or nearby village will form a local group. Minimum 5 farmers are required, or it can be 50 or 100 or 500 farmers. Then come collection of farmer history sheets from all the members of the group, and then endorsements are required from an already existing local group. In case if no local group exists, it can be obtained from State Agriculture Department or Regional Center of Organic and Natural Farming. So submission of farmer history sheet, number 1, in the online portal. Then documents can be submitted online or offline. Then regional council, just like a certification body, will check the individual farmer details and will register the local group on Pgs India website. After registration, local group will be provided with unique user ID and password. Regional council will further provide literature to local group on Pgs India standards. Local group will hold meetings and field trainings and will develop the different methods of farm operations. And farmers of the local group will keep an eye and vigil on each other farms, which is called as peer inspection, each other inspection. Then peer appraisal is required for each farm twice a year and will be done by peer appraisal committee constituting at least 3 members. So this committee may also include an official from State Department or representative from a local consumers, or we can say a consumer like Big Bazaar, Walmart. Anybody can be there in this committee, who can see that the farming is being done chemically free and as per the organic farming standards. So then group summary sheet has to be prepared, in which segregation of farmers is there for granting and non-granting of certificate. Regional council will examine the documents and on being satisfied will grant approval for certification. Local group will basically print the certificate from PGS website after getting approval from regional council and distribute individual farmer a certificate, or can request regional council if it's not possible in case of local group. They can request to regional council to print and send it to the group leader for distribution. Each farmer certificate has a unique ID that includes the code for both local group and regional council. Certificate will be valid for 12 months. This is how it is happening, how certification works in PGS India system of certification. You can see the flow chart: local group registration, farmer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 20, 25 farmers. They can register themselves. Application and registration in regional councils. Farmer group has to apply to the concerned regional council. It is available in PGS India portal. Farmers are doing it easily. Then approval of local group and generation of unique identification code, and then leading to meeting, training, peer appraisal, local group summary decision sheet, and finally the decision for PGS India Green or PGS India Organic scope certificate can be issued. This is how this flow is happening. Regional councils are being, how regional council can apply. They can also apply to zonal council, that is our regional center of organic and natural farming. Then the application is being submitted to NCONF for processing of application. And under NEC, National Executive Committee meeting, NEC is basically a committee headed by Joint Secretary level officer of INM division, and their RCs are authorized for taking up this certification program. Now, lastly, what are the Government of India schemes available for the organic farming? Basically, I'm not talking about natural farming yet, but organic farming. There are so many schemes going on, like Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana for promoting organic farming, not natural farming. This PKVY scheme is for promoting organic farming. Then Mission Organic Value Chain Development for Northeastern region for promoting organic farming. Basically, here FPOs and FPCs are promoted by Government of India. And as on date, about more than 50 FPOs are functional in Northeastern region, and they are exporting the produce and certified through third-party certification system. And under PKVY scheme, Pgs India system of certification is being adopted by the farmers, and this is the way this financial assistance is provided. And then we have CISS scheme. I already discussed with you. Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. There also vermicompost unit, organic input production units. Some incentives are given, 50% cost. Then National Mission on Oilseed and Oil Palm is there, where 50% subsidy is given to different components like use of biofertilizers, supply of rhizobium culture, PSB, zinc solubilizing bacteria, etc. to the farmers. Then National Food Security Mission is there, where under pulses, financial assistance is being provided for promotion of biofertilizers, and under bringing green revolution to Eastern region, a sub scheme of RKVY also, where biofertilizers incentives are given, 50% cost is being borne. Now, challenges observed and interventions needed. Farmers willing to adopt, they feel pride, but not willing to compromise productivity. Economics is the driver, that is sustainability concerns, not prime. Production technologies and inputs are the major constraints. We don't have good package of practices for all the crops, for all the regions. Seeds are not available, organically grown seeds in raised nurseries. Organic fertilizers and biofertilizers are not quality organic and biofertilizers. Then thin distribution of clusters over large area, no market access, higher logistics cost, absence of low price premium for the farmers in some cases. Certification system is costly, third party, especially the management of ICS. Value addition facilities are not available. Farmers are not owners of their enterprise in case of third party certification system, but in case of PGS, they are the owners of their own enterprise. So these are some of the highlights where interventions are required from policymakers, and this is there. Thank you very much. This is what I have to offer to you today. And as far as, because let
you
me
put the thank you slide, but you skipped it.
Okay.
Very nice. Just one minute, I'll click it.
Today I have not touched natural farming. I'll give you a detailed lecture on natural farming also someday. Only organic
Very
farming
nice.
I have touched. Okay.
Very nice that. Right.
So in case of natural farming, basically, so definition you have already, Professor Moni.
You can come out. You can come out of the presentation. You can come out of the presentation.
Yeah. So.
Okay, very nice.
Okay. So.
Yeah,
in case of natural farming, basically, what has happened at national level, this I want to tell you. Basically, in natural farming, only thing which we need to understand is that in case of organic farming, on-farm inputs are always, preferred. But national standards say that we can purchase the biofertilizers, organic fertilizers, biopesticides from outside also. Right. But in case of natural farming, we have to, mandatorily rely on farm inputs only. We don't have to resort to outside based inputs. We cannot purchase from outside. We should not purchase from outside. We can't enforce it. A farmer is free to do it. But farming is, we cannot enforce. Standards are always laid down. But in case of farming, we cannot enforce we cannot, put farmer in a kind of a pressure that he has to do this and that mandatorily. But basically, in both the systems, chemical free, farming is practiced. But in natural farming, we are saying cow, indigenous cow, cow dung, cow urine. That is the basic thing in case of natural farming. And based on these cow dung, cow urine, we have to prepare formulations like Jiva Amrit, Bija Amrit, Ghan Jiva Amrit, and other Agneastra, Neemastra, and all for insect pest and disease management. Mulching is the main thing in case of natural farming. And, achadan, which we say, mulching. And Vapsa is also one of the concept in case of natural farming. And basically, good agricultural practices are to be followed in when we practice natural farming. I would like to tell all of you that I have been assigned the duty. I was the executive secretary, and one national level committee has been constituted for drafting the standards on natural farming. I don't want to explain in detail, but we have already drafted the natural farming standards. That committee has deliberated. ICR institutes, EDG, DDG headed that committee, and we deliberated time and again about 10 after 10 to 15 sittings. We have finally drafted the natural farming standards and even the system of certification, which is to be followed in case of natural farming. So we have already forwarded this last month to the ministry for acceptance, and it will be circulated to the stakeholders for further acceptance. So this is one of the information which I want to highlight here. Another important thing is that natural farming mission is being launched by Government of India. Already they have started this program. Basically, in this natural farming mission, farmer field schools and KVK based, Krishi Vigyan Kendra based demonstrations are the activities which are to be taken up, and champion and progressive farmers are to be selected. And in and around that champion farmers, progressive farmers, 50 hectare group of area or a farmer group is to be selected, and they will be incentivized, they will be handhold, they will be mobilized, awareness will be given on successful cultivation of natural farming. And this way, this natural farming mission will be implemented by the interested state governments of our country. So this way, this natural farming mission will go, and similarly, the certification system will be governed by, implemented by hereby in our National Center of Organic and Natural Farming. And that will be a mobile app-based certification system. Means IT tools are also being, utilized or being leveraged for the purpose of this certification and ensuring the traceability and quality assurance of the natural farming produce. Thank you very much, sir. This is all from my side.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Gagnesh Sharma. Today your talk for more than 1 hour talk on the topic organic and natural farming certification and way forward. You said it very clearly, and you talked about too much on organic farming, and
yes,
you're ready to talk, and you offered your shown your interest to give a detailed talk on natural farming, but you have done it with respect to the title. You talked about a lot of things on organic farming and certification, and you said that there is a way forward for natural farming by telling that is India is going to launch a national mission on natural farming. It's very nice that, and I think you have done justice to your topic. Certification related to organic farming, you talked very in detail, and then you said that yes, we've done a job, and the government is going to launch a national mission on natural farming, and we have done standards, and we'll talk to you later in a detailed manner. So this platform of the Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology is always open to you, and to spread your national mission on organic and natural farming. Today I was quite impressed. I have been also, when I was in service, when I was the Deputy Director General working on agriculture informatics, working very closely with the then Minister of Agriculture, now the Minister of Agriculture and farmers' welfare. I was there for the inauguration, the initial stage when it was set up on the National Center for Organic Farming. We had even a national conference as to how to go for introduction of digital technology in organic farming. That's I think it's 2004 or 2005. And down the line, after 16 years after my retirement in 2013, now I joined with this university, established 5 centers of excellence to promote agricultural informatics. And
Great, sir.
today in this area, that if India has to regain its past glory in the form of natural farming, in the name of regenerative farming, in the name of family farming, in the name of indigenous food farming, and we have shown the way. But that during the last 60-70 years, different things have happened, and but still that now it is jumping back to the traditional original tradition. And today your talk has given that aspect. That And now the thing is that this is the first university, and a private university, and engineering university, is working agriculture as a use case with respect to the technology. And this is the first university has set up a 5 centers of excellence to promote technology for agriculture and allied sectors in rural India, that is in western part of India, the western part of Uttar Pradesh. And Center for Agricultural Informatics and Research is the first center in the whole world. And we also launched MTech in Agricultural Informatics.
Great.
And to train, agriculture graduates, engineering students, and postgraduate students to get back to agriculture.
Great, sir.
And so this we have been, visualized 2010 onwards. This university is working on it. Now, COVID-19 situation has forced everybody to get into agriculture through different means. That don't go to urban area. You can still find a job, and you can make agriculture, do a lot of things. You brought out a very important area, how to make agricultural waste to wealth, and this organic farming and natural farming, give the way, both, farming methods. And in India, as per some calculation, some estimate, every year we produce about $19 billion worth of agricultural waste.
Absolutely.
If this $19 billion worth of agricultural waste can be converted into as an input material for natural farming and organic farming, then you see the impact.
Absolutely.
It can be an impact. So this is where that, since we were the part of the, I as a former Director General, former Deputy Director General, Agricultural Informatics programs, and also the man who worked from way back from 87 onwards as the project director for 520 districts computerization program called DISNIC. So I put the seed for agricultural informatics way back in 1987 in 520 districts, and then 1995 informatics for sustainable agriculture development ISDA 95. Now as an agriculture informatics program and doubling farmers' income. All the 7 mission mode program for digital technology in agriculture gives that accumulated views of starting from 87 onwards.
Okay.
So I think there is one query which is Madam Kasturi is putting it. Mr. Manish, can you display once again the query?
Pgs India something.
Mr. Manish? Okay, I think he will display. Okay, so
sir,
this is
I propose one.
The guidelines are as per PGP, Minister of Agriculture. That's what she's asking the question.
PGP. Okay, she must be saying PGS.
PGS. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yes, the guidelines as per PGS India standards. That is the guidelines as per PGS. You can see if you want to download the detailed operational guidelines, then you have to refer to our website, and in the certification part, you just click on download PGS India guidelines. So those PGS India guidelines are basically just like the national standards for organic production. Only the certification system guidelines are different. because our certification system is based on peer inspection and peer appraisal. And third-party certification, that is National Standard for Organic Production, their system of certification is different. That is based on outside audit. Our is inside internal system of inspection and appraisal. So if you want to go through the detailed guidelines, it's available in our website.
Very, very nice.
I don't know
very nice.
I have been able to address or not. But Professor
fine,
Moni,
I
want to say one more thing. I have in my mind that I'm going to sign some MOUs with different agriculture universities, manage also, and why not to have one kind of MOU with Shobhit University? I think I propose this from my side. Let us have a kind of MOU. And sir, one more thing. Today, in my mind, I was searching for some collaborative organizations where we can have an international conference also. We'll do one thing. First, we can have one international conference through this online mode, and followed by it, I'll arrange for the funds and all and everything. And in a collaborative way, we'll have a big conference, international conference here in our country, first international conference on agroecological based farming or natural farming. Is it okay?
Very nice that it's I appreciate it,
Professor
and I'm
Moni
very
will be
happy.
organizing.
Actually, I wanted to request you that how we can work together. That National
Yes.
Center for Organic Farming, Organic and Natural Farming, and Center for Agriculture, Informatics and E-Government Research Studies of the Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, deemed to be university. I think you said it very well. Let us work together, and I'll be very happy if you can have a draft MOU. You please
I will.
pass it on to me. It will be very nice that. And
I will.
and I also would like to tell that in your lecture, you talked about so many issues. I
Yes.
think that we have to have a joint collaborative effort to build up capacity building. Through
Right, sir.
the human resources development program can be 3 months
Absolutely.
diploma, 6 months diploma,
Absolutely.
on this, that organic and natural farming through certification process. And
Not only
there are a
this,
lot
sir,
of NGOs. There are a lot
I'm
of
telling you,
NGOs have signed an MOU with the university, and we can work together very well. And
absolutely.
the expertise, the experience which your institute has, lot of things which has got it. It has to go to the village level. And
Absolutely.
unfortunately, what is happening is that it's stuck up at district administration. It is not
Absolutely.
going beyond that.
It will have to go to the universities also. It will have to reach to the students also. And students should also get a feel of this basic methods of cultivation, that is organic and natural farming, chemical-free farming. So this is also one of the important areas, sir. The new education policy says now multidisciplinary aspects, I think. So
No,
under this new education,
no, it is, that, I have been, when the new education policy is being formulated, I have been addressing various programs. And, these 5 centers of excellence from a private university, it is something like a foundation for what the national education policy talks about it. And engineering,
absolutely.
neither IIT, nor NITs, nor Triple IT, nor IIM, nor central universities, nor even agricultural university, nor 4,500 engineering colleges who took computer science had a multidisciplinary approach on IT and agriculture. So
Yes,
since
yes.
I'm a person who has, is the man who, being a, computer science, MTech computer science from IIT Chennai, 1976-78, and before that mathematics post-graduation from University of Madras. And then when this opportunity was given to me in 87 for 512 districts computerization program, I thought that we should bring for the sectoral development rather than government computerization. That's what I put
Absolutely.
in the district information system on those days. But the culture of government computerization is not yet over. It's still going on. And I
Right.
have completely moved away. Even in 87, proposed a district information system and 28 sectoral database development programs. And then 95, I thought that I should operationalize what the Rio Summit has given in terms of information system for sustainable agricultural rural development. So we had a national conference at Vigyan Bhavan, and which gave a IT blueprint for agriculture sector even before Government of India's National E-Governance Program, that's called NEGP, in 2005.
Mm.
We
Okay.
operationalized AgmarkNet way back. both NIC
Great.
and the Department of Agriculture and AgriSnet. And we gave to the country proposal. I wrote it and submitted to the government from NIC side, that animal production health informatics network, fisheries informatics network, fertilizer informatics network, agricultural information system network, and so on and so forth, seed informatics network, which is phenomenal. And and today e-governance program, they are getting a lot of fund, but they don't talk about this agriculture, because simply say that agriculture is a state subject. And agriculture may be a state subject, but Indian economy is agrarian based.
Yeah. Yes.
Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology should understand. And then that's why the doubling farmers' income. When this was done, we had Dr. Dalwai, the committee chairman, put it as a separate volume 12B, for its importance. And
Yes,
then I
yes.
thought that let me have, as a former DGNIC, and also that now the Professor Emeritus with the Center of Excellence from the university, let me have a national webinar on doubling farmers' income by 2022. Today, today, these two webinar series have completed 95 plus 95, 190 webinars in this topic for rural India. So, and today you talked about a lot of things. I think we should join together, and we should promote, we should involve not only the students off campus students who done engineering, who done science, who did technology, to get into agricultural farming activity, and to convert the $19 billion worth of agriculture waste into an input for natural farming. It's very important. And thank you very much. Please communicate. Please forward a draft MOU, which we already had an MOU signed with the National Institute of Agricultural Marketing. We are also going to have National Institute, Agriculture Extension Management manage, and I'll be very happy to establish an interaction and MOU understanding between Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology and deemed to be university, with the National Center for Organic Natural Farming. Today is a big day for me, because I wanted to have that the networking with organic farming way back in 2004, and today it has come, and it is a very nice talk to Dr. Sharma.
Sir, we are honored and blessed also. Thank you. And
it's very nice that.
Yeah, not only this, sir, but whatever I discussed today, there are so many topics. Organic farming is not a small field, natural organic farming. In one aspect, like say we take up vermicomposting, one complete day is required. For composting, one complete day is required. For preparing biofertilizers, one complete day is required. So that is the thing. So it has lot of potential for deliberating and for discussions and all. So there are so many.
Before I complete, Dr. Sharmaji, I would like to tell you that after this, so many webinars, and also involved in doubling farmers' income during formulations recommendation of this committee. Now, from the university, we have now planned to work with NGOs to realize one of the recommendation of the doubling farmers' income committee on smart tribal farming. So, like smart irrigated farming, smart rainfed farming, smart tribal farming. Now we have identified 10 villages, a cluster of 10 villages in Gujarat, a cluster of 10 villages in Maharashtra, in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. And since next year is the International Year for Millet, so then our honorable president is from the tribal community. So in her honor, we thought that this university should undertake this project of operationalizing doubling farmers' income by 2022 under the category smart tribal farming and millet farming, to integrate it with the global value chain. So, and I will also, you please nominate one officer to get associated with this project. Dr. Dalwai is closely monitoring this program on smart tribal farming, and we will involve. From the beginning, we will have this organic natural farming in smart tribal farming.
We will be there with you, sir, for all the time.
And then every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, I have a review meeting. I had a detailed discussion with the Ministry of Tribal Farming, the Joint Secretary, Tribal Farming. He said that, please promote the proposal, through the state government. So now we identified NGOs working with the tribals, 10 villages, maybe that 9 states with 9 into 10, 90 villages, and let us promote in association with National Center for Organic and Natural Farming in realizing smart tribal farming. It's very important.
Okay.
So thank you very much. With this, we will, I would like to thank our Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, His Excellency Secretary General, African Asian Rural Development Organization, and faculty members, guest speaker, and the participants for participating in this today's program, International Webinar Series on Open Source Digital Technology for Self-Reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, on a very important topic, organic and natural farming certification and way forward. Thank you very much. We'll close the seminar and leave the studio. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Looking forward, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.